I want to look at Zelensky, Trump, and the Europeans, and to what each of them risks depending on how this works out. Let's start off with Zelensky because he's got some risk here. He certainly doesn't want to repeat what happened in February or with this big blow up, but he's got some real problems. If he comes in after everything that he said and submits to what Trump said, then his political career is over. He probably won't survive that much longer. If he does and pushes back on Trump, then he could suffer exactly what you suggested, where Trump says, okay, good luck to you in your future endeavors by yourself. It's going to go on. So what are the pressures on Zelensky and how does he navigate these today?
Well, I think what you said is part of the picture. The other problem is what happens when all of the mass graves are opened in Ukrainian territory that were filled with dead Ukrainian soldiers that were never returned to their families. What happens when mass graves full of non-military people, Russians that were killed, Russian civilians that were lined up and murdered? Go back to the first atrocity of significance, which was Bucha, back at the beginning of the war, and the attempts to blame the Russians for it when it was never Russian, it was always Ukrainian. What I'm saying is that this man is presiding over more than just the average organized crime state. This man is in charge of a criminal enterprise that has murdered countless numbers of people. He has also participated directly or indirectly with his government in the child trafficking, the trafficking of women, the use of drugs, the reselling of equipment to the drug cartels in Latin America, the reselling of equipment to terrorists in various parts of North Africa, the Middle East, and Africa, Central Africa. In other words, this man is very dirty in every sense of the word. He's not just standing in the shade, as we used to say. This man is dirty in the worst possible way, sitting on who knows how many hundreds of millions, maybe billions of dollars that have been pilfered and stolen from the American people and Europe, but primarily us, in banks all over the world. This is someone who should be tried in an international court of law. And sadly, we're complicit, but we can exonerate ourselves if we end it and get out of it. But he's very much complicit in all this criminal activity. So I think that's in the back of his mind. Is he going to survive at his little villa and vineyards in Italy? Is he going to survive at his private home in southern Florida on the Gulf? Is he going to survive in his other private home in Israel or something else? I don't think so. I think he's going to be chased for as long as he is alive. And ultimately, somebody will get him, and it may well be his own people, especially as they discover just how corrupt he and his friends are.